Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, man. We got a great day coming ahead of us. We've got the Vols playing Ohio State at 8 o'clock. We're going to get all into that. We're going to get a prediction, all that good stuff. And I got my bro Chillmont gonna join me today. And what a day it is. 12-team playoff. Let's get this thing rolling.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, all right, folks, I wanted to bring Chillmont in, my bro, to talk a little bit before this big Ohio State-Tennessee game at 8 o'clock. You know, obviously the 12-team playoff, this is the first one we've ever had, and it's great to be involved in it. We were 2 weeks ago, well, 2 weeks before the last game, it looked like we were going to get creeked. We were going to be the last team to get creeked. But we got in there, and I know we didn't get the home field advantage, but at least we got to play. And it sounds like we might actually have a lot of people up there. It sounds like they're traveling and they're buying up the tickets.
I heard today on one of the call-in shows, they said something like currently 37% of tickets have been purchased online by people out of Tennessee. I hope that's true. And we've got that many people coming up. I think we'll have a bunch of people there. And you know how good Tennessee always travels for ball game stuff.
Yeah. The ticket prices have dropped quite a bit. It's going to be
another
really
thing that
cold.
helps. I said, I know that's something that helps a lot too. Bambi says it's too cold for me there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that cold weather has got people thinking twice, probably up there in Ohio. They're going, you know, we're not happy with the way the season ended, losing to Michigan. And they're a little bit disappointed. They're like, said maybe we'll go to Rose Bowl if we win. Might be their thinking. It's like we're going to travel if we win this, and then maybe we'll get excited. I don't know. It almost feels like that the stadium's not going to be packed because of the weather.
Well, that and you know, there's a lot of pissed off fans in Ohio right now. And Michigan's their game every year. You know that. It's like us in Alabama and Florida, or it's like Tennessee, Vanderbilt, or it's, you know, so many major rivalry. That may be one of the biggest rivalries in the country. And you can't lose to them at Ohio State. It's like you can't keep losing to Alabama and Florida at Tennessee. You just can't. You're going to get fired. Yeah,
they had a great run. They won 15 out of 16. Then Connor showed up,
the sign stealer guy,
and they lost 3 in a row. And then this one was the one that killed them because they were a 21-point favorite. Michigan had played poorly. They were 6-5 or 5-5 coming into it. And they lost to them, and then they went and planted the flag in their logo in the center of the field. I mean, it just couldn't have been worse.
It could have been, and it would be like a bad Vanderbilt team coming in and beating us.
Yeah,
and if you can imagine how horrific that would be, and you know, and Vanderbilt was actually pretty good this year. They gave everybody a fit. For them to come in with, you know, playing at 500 or worse football and beat us at home. And beat us pretty good. That would be horrendous.
It would have this year. You know, it would have gone to playoff number one.
It would have ruined. Oh man, it would have been a funeral.
It was 14-0 in the first 5 minutes.
Well, Ohio State was going to be one of the round of 4, but with the bye.
Definitely.
And that ruined that almost. You could argue they should have been below us because that was a worse loss than our 2 losses were.
Yeah, well, the shenanigans that Vol Twitter's been hard at work, and they've got their diagram out of where they're going to take the goalpost and throw it in the river, which went totally viral. Then they went to Wikipedia and somehow got Neyland North out there on Wikipedia, which is just brutal.
I've seen it everywhere. Everywhere you look on X and on Facebook, everywhere, everybody's talking about it. It's hilarious.
And then they're also they're calling up and using this website and playing Rocky Top in all their bars. So and that's, we're not even up there yet. Imagine when we get up there.
Oh, I know. Tomorrow, Friday and Saturday is going to be brutal. There'll probably be some fights and stuff.
I hope not. I hope it does. I don't know. I
hope it doesn't get to that, but
yeah, you know. I kind of feel like the Ohio State people, and usually the people that travel, they're not, you know, they're usually pretty decent. So I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of that. Now you might have with Michigan, I don't know, but I'm not getting that vibe.
It doesn't
almost
feel
like-
that. It
it's
doesn't
like
feel that
friendly.
acrimonious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a friendly kind of trolling.
Yeah. Just ribbing, just poking, poking the lip.
Well, it's been 3 weeks we hadn't played, and it's like, darn, we got to give somebody some grief.
Yeah. Just the fact that, and again, because they lost to Michigan, that just leaves a bad taste in their mouth. But Ryan, is their coach Day? Is he coaching for his job in this game?
I don't think he's coaching for his job, but on the other hand, it's not impossible. I don't know if they want. I'm telling you, this is a tricky situation because it's hard for us to understand how upset people are up there after losing 4 times to Michigan. I think that's the really bad thing. So
I think a lot of their fans have said, "I'm done." No, certainly not all, and probably not even most, but a certain percentage of their fair weather fans have said, "I'm done." That it's showing in ticket sales. It's showing the fact that we might be pretty well represented up there in what should be a really huge home team advantage there.
yeah, normally we'd only get 3,500 tickets, and that'd be it. Kind of like the same way when we went down to Athens, played Georgia, we couldn't get any tickets.
No,
but
they're not going to let us.
And the weather's playing a role. The big thing that we've got, let's talk about the actual game. Will Howard, obviously, is their quarterback. He's going to be critical. He's throwing for 72%, but when he played Michigan, he threw for 57%. And the same thing's kind of happened with Nico. He's been throwing at 65%, but against Georgia, he was down in the 50s. So when you play these really good teams that have a lot of talent, those numbers are a little bit deceiving. It'll be up to Will Howard. If we've got to get pressure on him, if we don't, he could have a field day with us because they've got those great wide receivers. And Nico's the same way. You see Vanderbilt didn't put any pressure on Nico, and he just ate them alive. As soon as he got out there and started scoring, we scored like 36 out of 39 points on him, and it was just that Vanderbilt game was over.
Well, Vanderbilt, we got the best running back really in the country, certainly the SEC. And I guess Vanderbilt said, well, you're going to have to beat us in the air. And we said, okay, and did it. But
and Dylan ran for a lot of yards in that game.
No, I did. And they couldn't stop him either. But they said, we're just going to let you throw it. We're not going to pressure you. We're going to try to contain your run game a little bit. But, hopefully that's what Ohio State tries to do. They do have a good defensive line, like you've said. And I think in a couple of your videos, they've got 2 defensive linemen who are going to be playing on Sundays for sure. So it's not going to be easy to run on them.
No, they've got a great defense. It's fantastic. And they got that dadgum Caleb Downs back there at safety they got from Alabama.
Yeah. My Alabama Crimson Tide.
Who is the all-world.
Yeah.
And the one positive thing, Dylan Sampson said he's feeling the best he's felt all year having this 3 weeks off. So he's going to go into the game 100%. Don't worry about the hammy and all that stuff. And I think a lot of our players will have gotten better as far as their health-wise. We had, we were worried about Dante Stallworth. I assume he's going to be fine and play. And I don't know about Squirrel. He'll play. I don't know that he's going to be 100% till next year. He's been having a lot of shoulder issues.
Yeah, he may be having surgery after the season's over, but Bruce had a chance to heal up a little bit. And it's an SEC meat grinder like it is every year. And toward the end of the season, everybody's beat up. The 3 weeks, I think, will have definitely helped. Hopefully it won't be too much in the way of cobwebs when we get out there offensively. Defense should play well. I think the big thing is if we can get our run game going, and then if Nico just has a decent game, I think we're in it till the end for sure.
This feels like we're playing Alabama as opposed to necessarily playing Georgia. That's what it feels like to me, like they've got a ton of talent. They're not – playing Georgia is difficult. It just is. Alabama, you at least got a chance, and I kind of feel like we'll have a decent chance in this game, and we just need to we need the ball to bounce in our direction. I think we need to win the turnovers by at least 1, maybe like 2-1, and that'll help a lot, and not let their crowd get too involved. Yeah, if they start out good against us, I think they'll go ahead and get fired up. But if we could get a good start on them, they might surprise you. They may go, well, you know what, it's getting kind of cold out here. Maybe fourth quarter we won't be around as much. That's what, that would be the good thing for us to have happen, but we'll see. They're pretty used to cold weather up there.
Oh yeah, that's no big deal up there. It's not like it's going to be 10 below. It's a little bit below freezing, so that's not horrendous. And when you're out there playing, you don't know what temperature it is. You don't care because steam's coming off your body. The big thing and don't want to overlook OSU. I mean, that's still a huge game and it'd be a huge win for us if we can pull it out. But man, who's got a tougher road than we do if we manage to keep winning? We go from OSU to probably Oregon to probably Texas and then to probably Georgia again for the whole shebang. I think that was done on purpose. Just saying.
Good.
Well, definitely, they kind of avoided us going against the SEC, which I like. I'd rather play Oregon. Oregon's defense is not that good. They've got a great offense.
I'd rather play anybody in Georgia.
I think we can match up with Oregon. I'd rather play Oregon than I would probably a Texas.
I don't think they're as talented, and they're an easy conference.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about the Big Ten. They're really strong on top. Their first 4 or 5 teams are really good, and then it gets real weak after that. Whereas the SEC, you've got a similar, very good on top, but it's tougher all the way through.
Looking at how this all played out this year, John, and you can cut this out if you want to, you can edit this out. But if you're the SEC, why would you not change our schedule to where we play 2 SEC games a year instead of 8? And then the rest schedule chumps because only wins and losses matter, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about doing a less. I know this much. We're not going to 9 games. There's no way that's going to happen. Greg Sankey, stick it when it comes to that because he keeps wanting us to go to 9, and so does Petiti. We're not going to do that.
9 times.
9 times.
We're going to stick at 8 because we have a tougher schedule. If we were crap, I'd love to play that lower half of the Big Ten or the ACC. That'd be great, but our lower half, that's Auburn and Florida right now. They're not easy wins.
And Arkansas away. And I don't care who the team is at home, it's not easy.
Well, look what Oklahoma did to Alabama. I mean, they whooped the crap out of them.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
I love America and I love the Tide, baby.
Tide, go get them. Tide, go take them down.
And they were kind of not that good. And of course, Vandy was tough at home. Who else? Auburn was tough at home. Everybody's tough at home in the SEC. I mean, anybody can beat anybody on any given Saturday. So it's advanced Division I football, and it's every week.
All right, let's do a score prediction there, Chilmont.
Right.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
I'm going to call the upset barely 20-17 Vols. To do that, we've got to win the turnover battle, and Sampson needs at least 100 and probably 20 yards rushing. I think we'll get to 100. He needs like 120 plus. So I'm going 20-17. What do you think there, Chili?
Man, that's tough. I'm going to be positive going for what technically is the upset. A little stronger performance offensively for us. I'm going to go 28-24.
Okay. So you think there's going to be some scoring in this game?
I think there could be some scoring here. I could be completely wrong. It could end up being 10-7. 2 pretty good defense, 1 very good defense. I mean, we're leading in most defensive categories, top 5 in almost all defensive categories.
How's bragging camp going?
And they've got a good defense too, so we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think that's without question.
Yeah, they're talented everywhere. I can just tell you, they spent 20
They really
minutes.
are.
They're good everywhere.
How in the world did Michigan beat them?
It's got to be America's team.
I think Ryan Day got tight and decided he was going to show how tough his team was, and he started calling a tight game plan. And I think they're in his head. I think Michigan's in Ohio State's head, or
I think it is.
Ryan Day's head.
If you look at some of his interviews, you're like,
he's a little Butch Jones. He's a little bit Butch Jones.
He's very Butch Jones. The one he did the other day after the game that he went viral, and that's one that really pissed off their fans when he said, "Oh, we made it to the playoff. That's the goal, and we made our goal."
Yeah, he messed that up. He messed that.
What?
He didn't say that the right way, and he was very defensive in the way he said it, which that's how Butch used to do.
Oh, yeah.
But I still think he's a better coach than Butch Jones. So,
well, I think so too. He wouldn't be where he is, but
All right, folks, 8 o'clock, big game coming. Just want to bring my bro Chillmon in here, talk a little bit of Vols OSU, and man, here we go. Let's get this thing going. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's remember to continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you're not subscribed, boom, boom, boom. Hit that little button right there. Won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video, YouTube. Thanks, you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.